Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. Okay, so today is the beginning of every day in May. We're gonna start off with a luxury hot topics video. I really hope you like today's video. Make sure that you're fully subscribed because I'm posting every single day. It's a challenge. If you don't know why I'm doing that, go watch my video from yesterday where I explain why I'm doing it. So yeah, we're going to talk about two hot topics in today's episode. We're going to talk about Romina's video, Goodbye Chanel, and then we're going to talk just generally about luxury channels not responding to comments. I have a different perspective after spending a lot more time on TikTok. Yeah, I really hope that you like the video. So first of all, let me start off with a disclaimer and say that I watch Romina's videos. I also watch Richard's videos because I saw that he was in her video. She seems like she's really nice. Richard's great. I was watching one of his unboxings recently. So I just want to be clear about that. I don't want anyone to think anything else because they both seem like, you know, really nice people. Now, I'm only reacting to the video. I always tell you guys, like, only react to videos or only look at the video for what it is. Don't, like, you know, try and, you know, make critiques about people as people. I'm only reacting to her Goodbye Chanel video. I did watch the vlog with Richard. I also watched Richard's vlog as well on his channel. I caught just the end of the live stream with Jacob, so I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I did, of course, watch her Goodbye Chanel video. All right, so what do I think of what happened? I have what I think is a very fair, nuanced viewpoint. I can see both points of view, and then I'll tell you what I actually think, like at the end, basically, of this segment. So what I think that this is really about, this is, in my opinion, about the sort of misunderstandings from both influencers and brands about what do they expect from influencers, bloggers, YouTubers, and what do influencers and bloggers expect from brands? At the end of the day, Big C, she is known for being a ruthless fashion brand. I mean, even compared to other brands like Big H and Big LV Honey, Big C sues people every single day. In Romina's video, she said, I think in the vlog on her page, I think she had said like, oh my gosh, like I hope, you know, I don't get sued. Or I think also in the Goodbye Chanel video, she had, you know, hinted to that. She's not going to be sued by Chanel. Obviously, she's not going to be sued by Chanel. Chanel are very litigious, yes, but they're litigious on things pertaining to their trademarks and the double C's and the Chanel name. She's not going to be sued by Chanel. She's not going to be blacklisted by Chanel. But what I do think is that she probably, just shouldn't, you know, film anymore. She said she's not going to film anymore. I think that's the right decision. And also she shouldn't go back to Harrods, I think, for a long period of time. It's completely normal and natural to want to film the videos that your audience wants to watch. I know what you guys like watching from me. I want to deliver and give those videos to you. And I'm sure the same is for her and any luxury channel that is out there. Luxury shopping vlogs are really hot. People love them, but brands don't like them. And that is the issue that we have here when I was saying about expectations. Brands do not like them. And if there's one brand that does not like luxury shopping vlogs, it is Chanel. I know this for a fact because I have been told even previously, like a long time ago, by someone who used to work at the brand, that they do not like luxury shopping vlogs. They don't like bloggers and influencers coming into the boutique, taking pictures and shooting videos. They just don't like it. Chanel doesn't like it. Chanel's never going to like it, and Chanel is never ever going to accept it. So where does that leave influencers and bloggers who are filming luxury shopping vlogs? I mean, it goes without saying that obviously if Big C says, hey, look, you can't film here, then, you know, you can't film in there. I do think I maybe have seen videos on her page previously where, you know, it was hinted to her in different places that, hey, you know, please don't film. But at the same time, like, it's a tough situation because those are the videos for her that get a lot of views. Even for me, as someone who watches her channel periodically, I have seen that whenever she does like a Chanel shopping vlog, like tons and tons and tons of views like come to that video. So what do you do then? I think the thing here is you have to respect Chanel's decision. Chanel have said that they don't want people vlogging in the boutique. You can't vlog in the boutique. In her Goodbye Chanel video, she alluded to some luxury YouTubers in the UK who do film in Harrods. I think we all know who those people are. I'm not going to mention them in this video. Please don't name drop them in the comments. We all know who they are. So I wanted to just kind of touch on that for a second. I feel like the whole point of luxury is that luxury is inherently unfair. So whether or not other luxury YouTubers get to vlog isn't really the point, because at the end of the day, there are always different rules for different people. There are VIPs at Chanel, there are VIPs at Big H, there are VIPs at Big Louis Vuitton. Like everyone, each brand has its own rules. I totally understand why, she feels like that, that the rules should be the same for everyone, but they're not going to be the same for everyone. It's my understanding that Chanel really prioritizes ready-to-wear in terms of consumer. It's my understanding that in Europe, SAs do not get any commission on handbag sales. So to be honest, like handbags at Chanel are like, they don't care. They don't care, to be completely blunt. They don't care. If you're familiar with Chanel's commercial strategy, this is nothing new to you, but if you're new to the sort of shenanigans that go on in a Chanel world, Chanel as a house doesn't really prioritize handbag sales. They prioritize ready-to-wear, fine jewelry, couture, and their watches. Those are the types of products that they want to sell. When an SA sells a bag, for them, that's just like getting up in the morning, putting on their shirt. It doesn't require a lot of effort because the bags essentially sell themselves and they're basically the business card for the brand. So in her video where she talked about how, she has, I think I'm paraphrasing here, but she was basically saying that, her vlogs have like helped Chanel because, people see them and people have purchased bags through her vlogs. I totally get what she's saying and I respect that, but I don't really think that Chanel cares about that, to be honest with you. And it doesn't matter whether it's her, whether it's me, whether it's an influencer with 500,000 subscribers, whether it's someone with 1 million subscribers. Chanel doesn't care. The reason why Chanel do not care is because they're just so phenomenally successful financially. I think it was 2020. So the results we have as of today are 2020's results, because last year in June 2021, they released the results for 2020. So this June, they will release the results for 2021, if you follow me, right? So in 2020, they were doing about 690 million euros every single month. That's about 23 million euros a day in revenue. Chanel don't need any person to post a video for them to make money, and that includes me. They don't need me, honey. They don't need me, boo-boo. And I'm not pressed. Okay, it's cool, Big C. Okay, don't go for my channel. Okay, but I'm sharing those numbers to say that I totally respect and understand what she was saying, and I really, really do. But as far as Chanel corporate are concerned, I'm just making an assumption here. They're just like, we don't care, because the brand is going to be successful irrespective of influencers, bloggers, YouTubers. If Kristen, honey, if she decides to leave that big Chanel check today, guess what? People are still gonna buy, no one cares. Okay, you can't be like, if Kira, who I think is the best face that Chanel have ever had, if she decides, hey guys, I'm done, they're gonna be like, bye. That is how successful this brand is. They don't need anyone, and I think that's really the point that I'm making. So I totally get what she was saying, but the brand doesn't need anyone, doesn't need influencers, doesn't need bloggers. If every single luxury YouTuber today stopped posting about Big C, if all of us around the world in every single language we stop posting, that isn't going to make a dent, okay, on those 690 million euros of revenue every single month. And that was a down year. That was a year where it was force majeure, act of God, okay, because C19 happened, like a black swan event. Big C still managed somehow to pull out 8 billion euros out of a hat, honey. And that was like with an act of God, okay, which was C19. So as far as I'm concerned, I think a better way of looking at it is this. Instead of wanting Chanel, and this goes for all of us, anyone who's watching who has a luxury channel, this is, I think, like my come to Jesus talk for all of us. Instead of thinking like, okay, well, I've done this for Big C, I've done that for Big C, I think a better way of looking at it is, what do I get from you? What do I get from you? Because for me, like being that I live in Tanzania, Chanel actually has a lot of brand value here. A lot of people know about Chanel, and I would actually say Chanel is like probably the most recognizable luxury brand here alongside Louis Vuitton. No one's checking for Hermes here. No one cares. No one's checking for her. No one cares. I would say the better way to look at it is, what do I get from you? From Big C, I get great content for my subscribers. We kiki, we laugh, we crack jokes at Big C, honey. I'm making my TikToks about Big C. I have a series called If Hermes and Chanel Were Sisters. Go support that. It's on my TikTok, and I'm having fun filming those. We all get what we want if we all understand where we are in the sort of luxury ecosystem, you know? And like I said, I'm so sympathetic to how she feels, but in the harsh light of day, when it pertains to business, Big C don't care. Chanel corporate don't care. That's how much money this brand makes. Maybe if they were doing, I don't know, maybe if they were doing 500 million euros a year instead of doing 690 million euros a month, maybe they would care, but they really don't, and they don't have to, because the double C's sell themselves. When you walk past, when you walk past Rue Cambon or you're on Rue Saint-Honoré or wherever, and you see those letters, honey, black, starting with that big capital letter C, you know what time it is, okay? You know that's a Chanel boutique. Like, Chanel's products at this point advertise themselves. They don't need anyone to help. Like, I think a better way for us to do it is to just understand, what do I get from Big C and what am I benefiting from Big C? That's a better way, I think, to do it, as well. So I think I've told you guys before, obviously, I know someone who used to work at the brand, and this video is gaining a lot of traction, so people are starting to watch it, and people who are, know Chanel are watching it, people who used to work at Chanel are watching it, so this individual has already watched the video. And I was like, so what do you think of this video? And this individual was like, at the end of the day, the reason why Big C doesn't like the vlogs is because vlogs could potentially interfere with the privacy also for the SA. So there are privacy concerns to take into account here for the SA and for other clients and other patrons. Not everyone wants to be on camera. I would say at this point I like being on camera. I think it's fun, but I can definitely say that not everyone wants to have a camera in their face. And even when you're filming a vlog, you could easily still film people. So when I was getting ready to do my reaction, I rewatched some of my Parisian vlogs, and I was filming a lot of people's faces, honey. And I would try not to, but I really wanted to get my content out to you guys. I was really energized and driven to do Parisian luxury shopping vlogs, and some of them turned out, pretty well. But looking back on it, I have to say, the flagship stores don't want you to film anything at all. The only places where I felt like it was completely fine to film when I was in Paris was the Galeries Lafayette, Printemps, and La Samaritaine, which were the department stores. Now I know you're like, okay, but she was being told off in the Chanel concession at Harrods. I totally understand that, but I don't know how busy it was that day, but the impression that I got when I was at those 3 different department stores was that they were more than happy for people to take videos and film, particularly La Samaritaine, just because it had been reopened, I think, last year. So not many people even knew that it was like open on weekends. So they were like happy to see people like milling about. I remember like the Balmain concession, the Balmain concession. What is wrong with me today? The Balmain concession and the Versace concession at La Samaritaine. I remember just like, trying to film footage for my Facebook group and for my vlogs. And then at one point I like stopped filming and I was like, do you mind if I just like film some footage? It's like for my TikTok or whatever. She's like, yeah, go ahead. She thought it was cool, but that's like Balmain and Versace. They were cool and relaxed, and that was in the concession. Had I gone to try and film like a proper vlog at a Balmain's flagship or Versace's flagship, like, would they have been cool with that? Probably not. So you look to see where it's comfortable. When I go traveling again this year, I probably will not film vlogs in Hermes again. I'd already made that decision a while ago, and I probably am not going to film vlogs in Big C. And it's got nothing to do with this, but it's because you don't actually feel comfortable. I mean, I know I don't. At Louis Vuitton, I was comfortable, but I was buying things. So the SA, I'll be like, oh, can you go get that? I'm buying that for my mom, I'm buying that for Edwin. Yeah, okay, I'm going to get it. And then when he would go, I'll pull my phone out and I would start vlogging, okay? So I think you get what I'm saying. So basically, you have to kind of get a feel for the situation. I feel like with vlogging to me, I feel like they're more comfortable when you're buying something. So if you're buying something, I've noticed that they don't really seem to mind. I'm not talking about Chanel because I feel like whether you're buying or not, Chanel is stressy about luxury shopping vlogs. Chanel does not like luxury shopping vlogs and they don't want to see YouTubers filming. But other brands I feel like are a little bit more chilled out, particularly in the department stores. Galeries Lafayette, if anyone's going to Paris and you're a YouTuber, Galeries Lafayette, near Opera and the Galeries Lafayette on the Champs-Elysees. If you walk in there and you start talking to the camera, honey, the security will look at you and smile. They do not mind at all. I don't know why, but they're very chilled, very cool in there. But of course, Chanel, honey, Chanel does not play with you. And that is the thing that we have learned, you know, from this video. I think something that I just wanted to say as a sort of general thing is I don't feel like Big C owes me anything. I don't feel like I'm owed the right to film in her boutique. I don't feel like I'm owed that. I feel like I just want to talk about the brand. If I buy stuff, I'll show you. If it happens, whatever. If it doesn't, whatever. And I love the brand and we just want to talk and, you know, enjoy the brand together. I feel like what she maybe should just do moving forward is like, I think a better way to do it is if buying ready to wear, film in the fitting room. I've noticed like a lot of luxury YouTubers now are doing that instead. And I know that that's like a little bit hard because obviously you know, people want to see bags and accessories. People don't want to see Chanel's like really expensive prêt-à-porter. But I have seen some luxury YouTubers in different parts of the world do this, where they get like, they ask like the SA to bring bags and SLGs into the fitting room and they're trying on clothes and then they'll pick a few bits. I think that's a better way of doing the vlog. That way you get the footage for your channel. Obviously, you know, you're gonna buy something anyway, but you get the footage for your channel and then everyone is kind of happy. But anyway, I think, you know, her decision is the right one to no longer film it there. I think that's the best thing to do. Let's just respect Big C, honey. Let's respect the way she wants to do her thing. Chanel is a ruthless brand. They do not care about anyone's feelings. Like in the, you know, in the 40s, a Game of Thrones like battle was fought for the soul and the future of this brand between Gabrielle Coco Chanel and her investor Pierre Wertheimer, whose heirs own the brand today, honey. Okay, this is more than a century of ownership in the same family. They will go to the bitter end for this brand. All you have to do is go read the business history. Forget the history of Coco Chanel running around doing her thing, honey. Forget that. Go read about the business shenanigans that have gone on. And I have researched that and I've told you guys that in many videos a long time ago. People have fought tooth and nail for those double C's. They're not gonna give them up, you get me, to you, to any luxury channel. They're not gonna give it. They're not, it's not gonna happen. Imagine like Coco Chanel tried to wrestle control of Parfum Chanel from the family that owns the brand today. And at the time when France was being occupied by this regime, which I'm not going to mention, we all know what it is. And at that time, if you were a French Jew, you were not allowed to own assets or property in France. And obviously the family that owns Big C are Jewish. And the financier, Pierre Wertheimer, he actually signed over control of Chanel, the entire Chanel business, to a friend of his who was a Christian. So obviously Christians were allowed to, but Jews were not. And then when the Second World War ended, he came back and took control of Chanel. And then finally, he settled with Gabrielle Coco Chanel. And he'd actually been financially supporting her for years. They never had a romantic relationship. He was married with his own family. He'd been supporting her financially anyway. And then finally they came to an agreement because she, and it's true, like she basically wasn't given enough of a share for the rights to her name. And pretty much she was living on like $25 million a year for many years before she died. I believe she passed away in 1971. So that's just a little historical business snapshot of how hard people have fought for Chanel. And that was way back then, you get me? So let me tell you something. Big C are not giving up, okay? This brand to social media, it's not gonna happen. I know that we laugh and we crack jokes and we kiki, we laugh at Chanel all the time, particularly on my channel, because I don't worship brands on this channel. If you're sensitive, you're not gonna like me. You probably don't like me anyway, to be fair, so, which is fine. But you have to respect the fact that people have fought so hard to keep this brand, and for the soul of the house. From a business point of view, they're not going to give it up and give it to luxury influencers, whether it's me, and I don't even see myself as an influencer, but you know what I'm saying. They're not going to give it to any luxury YouTuber, influencer, or anything. So I think a better way of doing this is just being respectful, respecting Chanel's rules, and having that kind of sense of, look, like, okay, if I'm going into the flagship but I'm not purchasing, maybe I'll just take pictures, or I'll just take a picture, because I feel like a picture is a bit different. Although in the Parisian boutiques, honey, if you take a picture, they drag you. And I know some of you are going to be like, well, this influencer filmed a vlog at Cambon. Okay, good for that person. They were managed to get away with it. Many people, even in my dragging stories, I've told you about how security have dragged people in the Cambon boutique and in the Avenue Montaigne boutique for opening their, their camera. Of course, no one should be talked about badly, and no one should be talked down to. But at the end of the day, this is business, and they're a private business. They're not even traded on the stock exchange. Big H is actually traded on the stock exchange. So theoretically, you could even ask like the heirs of the Big H family in a shareholder meeting questions if you wanted to. You can't check Big C, boo-boo, because she's a private company. You can't check her, okay? And because you can't check her, I think we should all just kind of do our thing, respect her rules, but we can also make our own decisions on what to do. So I wish her the best, and I hope that she continues to film. I'm sure that she will. She has a lot of support, and a lot of people are supporting her. I just wanted to offer a little bit more of a nuanced point of view, because I really do see both sides. I see her side totally, because I am a YouTuber as well. But as a businesswoman, I completely see Chanel's side, and Chanel, to be honest, have every single right to enforce whatever they want to enforce. On Monday, they could allow those two other YouTubers in the UK who she had referred to, I think there were two that she was referring to, who, film in Harrods. They could allow them, and the next day they could say no to her. The next day they could say yes to me, and then tomorrow they could say yes to her. That's their right. And it is what it is. We're not saying it's fair. It's not meant to be fair. It is what it is. When it pertains to the Chanel brand, people can say what they want, but Big H is even worse, because they just had a catastrophic fiasco launch in Texas of one of their new boutiques. Go join Facebook groups. Go join my Facebook group, at least, if you want to know all the tea, because I don't want to derail this video. But Big H, honey, it's the same thing. I've seen people do Big H shopping vlogs. By the way, I'm not filming another Hermes shopping vlog. Even the ones that I filmed in January, to be honest, I felt like I was pushing it, okay? Well, on my TikTok, there's a TikTok that my husband filmed. Edwin filmed me in Sever, and even I felt like he was pushing it way too hard, okay? I was like, Edwin, you are doing way too much. He's like, guess what? I'm filming, I don't care, okay? So with Hermes, I think it's a similar thing. I've noticed that a lot of people, when they vlog in Hermes, they're in fitting rooms, or they're in a private area where they're just showing a few clips. It's never really like a whole vlog like this, because I really do think that puts you on their radar, So anyway, like I said, wish her the best. I'd love to know what you guys think about all of this. I think if you're watching and you are a luxury influencer or YouTuber, just follow the rules. We're all supposed to follow the rules. If you're told to stop filming, just stop filming and keep it moving, and keep posting about the things that you're passionate about. But obviously, I don't think that she is B-listed from Big C in terms of shopping, but I do think that she shouldn't film again in any of the Chanel boutiques, because Chanel employees talk, so they probably all have discussed potentially her channel. That is completely normal. I mean, my biggest reaction video was the video I did last year about the thing that happened to Mel pertaining to Big H Australia. Like, it's pretty much like everyone who works at Big H knows about that video. Like, because of the internet and the way things go viral, people know and hear things. So I think she can continue shopping, just not filming in store, which is what she said she was going to do, and I think that's fine. So I would love to know what you guys think. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, hit notifications. I think I have been fair, nuanced, and balanced to both sides. I completely see both sides. I see her side, I see Big C's side, but at the end of the day, it's Chanel's business, it's their IP, their trademarks, their boutique, their rules. That's basically just how I see it. So I would love to know what you think. Okay, so the next hot topic is a hot topic that we've discussed before, but this is like an updated hot topic. So I want to know what you guys think about this, because I have been thinking about this. So I was talking to some of you privately, and you were saying to me, like, some of you were saying to me that like the way I respond to some people's comments, like sometimes you're like, oh, like, were you annoyed that day? Like, why did you respond like this? I'm like, listen, if you write a passive aggressive comment or you think you're being slick in those comments, honey, I will give you the following response. Okay. I will literally write, okay, full stop. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That's a glamazonism that I want to explain to you, and then we'll talk about luxury YouTubers not responding to comments in a minute. Does anyone remember this really old episode of The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror? It's from the 90s. It's my favorite one. It's when Homer gets this toaster and he travels through time. Some angel like uploaded the whole thing on YouTube. God bless this person. I'll link it below. In that video, so he's traveling through time and he sees these weird, crazy things. Then he presses the toaster. He ends up at home, but he sees like a mutant Lisa and a mutant Bart. Stick with me. It's going to make sense in a minute. And then Bart says to Lisa, like, there's a bug that looks like Dad. Let's kill it. And then Lisa says, okay. And the way she says okay is like in this mutant voice. That is how I sound when I'm responding to people who are trying to be slick, who are trying to be cute in the comments and borderline rude. Let me tell you something, boo-boo. You cannot troll a troll, because I am a troll. Ask my husband, okay? I clean it up for you guys here on YouTube. I keep it very nice on YouTube, trust me. The people who know me in real life, they know what I'm capable of, and they know how I can clap back. Some of my friends, they watch this channel, they're like, wow, you're so nice to people. So some of you were like saying to me, like, when some people leave comments, you know, I will respond in a way that's like whatever. It really depends. But if you leave a nasty comment that's like passive aggressive, you're trying to be a troll, you're trying to be mean, yeah, I'm going to just be like, okay, in my Lisa Simpson voice, watch the clip below, it'll make sense. You will scream. I scream every single time I watch that episode. If you love The Simpsons, go watch it. You will understand my mutant voice. So anytime you see me respond to a passive aggressive comment on this page and I say, okay, say it in your Lisa Simpson mutant voice. But anyway, the whole point of that, me sharing that story, is this. When you have a channel, you do open yourself up to critique. There's an influencer I like. She's called Hilo Lux. She's really cool, and I follow her on YouTube, and I also watch her TikToks. So she did a TikTok where she was telling people who follow her on TikTok like how to be an influencer, and someone had commented, I'm paraphrasing here, someone commented on that TikTok that she did when she was giving tips basically. And someone commented and said, you know, it was really cool that because she actually shared how much she earned, whatever. And someone was saying like, it was really cool that she shared exactly how much that she earned, because a lot of people are weird about finances. To which she responded, and I love the response. I thought the response was fantastic. She basically told the person like, yes, you know, it's good that, you know, she shared, but people are, you know, hesitant because the internet is not a safe space for everyone. And paraphrasing here, but that's basically what she said. I totally agree with what she said, and I think it's really important to note that. So I'm not saying like, oh, you know, no one has to film videos and everything, but yeah, the internet isn't a safe space all the time. Sometimes it can feel unsafe, particularly for female creators, more so than male creators, and sometimes like people take it too far with comments and write things that are unfair. I have told you guys many times, by all means, write critical comments. I can handle a constructive comment on this video. I can handle it. I'm cool, you know? But what I won't accept is comments that I think are unfair. If a comment is unfair, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna run with that. It's not gonna happen. On my video that I did about the luxury swimming pool renovation that we did, someone left a comment which was trying to make me seem like a liar, okay, about Tanzania, and I live here, okay? And I had to check that person and boo-boo, you know who you are, honey. Do not come up in this video leaving your comments, because ain't nobody gonna see, because you're shadow banned. That's what. And the person wrote something which was completely inaccurate, and they were encouraging illegal behavior when it pertains to property ownership in Tanzania. And I was like, hey, what you're saying isn't true, and it's not cool for you to basically write that when basically I have an international audience, and I don't want anyone who is watching to think that in our country we don't do things by the book. Let's be clear, when you buy a house here, when you buy land and buy property, it is done by the letter, by the book. Any Tanzanians watching, they know what time it is. It is so hard to buy land and property here. Okay, trust me. I have a lot of land, I have a lot of plots, and it is so hard to maintain and keep those things. So that person wrote something which wasn't true. I don't like that. Don't come up in people's comments and write lies and then expect me to be like, hey, thank you so much for commenting on my YouTube channel. Let me stop you right there. You are not gonna get away with that here. So my feelings on luxury YouTubers responding to comments has basically changed. Pretty much this being, I'm responding to each and every single comment. Even if you don't agree with me, I'm cool. As long as you say it in your Michael Jackson voice. Okay, does anyone remember the MJ interview he did with Oprah? When Oprah was trying to check him and MJ was coming back with those comebacks. Okay, it's on YouTube. Just put Michael Jackson Oprah interview. Say it in your Michael Jackson voice. If you can't say it in your Michael Jackson voice, which, by the way, I feel like I reacted to Romina's video in what I think is an MJ voice, and I think I was fair. You have to be able to say it in your MJ voice. If you're gonna come up in people's luxury pages, writing slick comments and think you're gonna get away with it, it's not gonna happen to me. I don't know about other luxury YouTubers, but it's not gonna happen to me. Now, on the flip side though, I can see where a lot of you are coming from about the inability for people to respond to comments. I have noticed that they're like, a lot of luxury channels, and I've told you guys before, I've actually kind of gone back now to my original thinking. Remember I told you I only watch people who respond to people's comments, and then I told you, okay, but there's some people I watch, they don't respond. But now I'm going back to my old thinking, and that is after I watched this massive property YouTuber, Enes Yilmaza. He was doing an interview with this podcast, and he was talking about, they were asking him like, you know, you've got millions of subscribers on YouTube, but you still respond to comments. And he was like, yeah, I still respond to comments because someone's taking the time out of their day to leave me a comment. So why can I not just quickly respond? And he was explaining when he finds the time to respond. And the way he finds the time to respond is like basically the same as me. I find time before going to work in the morning. And then, you know, obviously I'm working during the day. At lunchtime, I'll respond to some of your comments. In the evening, I'll respond to your comments. And I'm not saying I get like millions of comments or thousands and thousands. I'm sure he gets like thousands per day. But I do get my fair share of comments, even though I think now I'm at like 3,900. I respond to your DMs, I respond to your emails, and, you know, I respond to your Facebook PMs. But that's because you're leaving a comment or you're asking a question. I'm more than happy to get back to you. And that's because for me, I don't want to be relatable. I want to be accessible. I have big goals and dreams for my business and my personal life. I want to be able to share those things with you. And as this channel grows, I'll show you the things I'm buying that are luxury. I'll tell you my luxury goals beyond just luxury fashion. I will share with you the things I'm doing with like my land investments, because I want to really get into like luxury property this year, hardcore in Tanzania. We'll talk about luxury cars, we'll talk about luxury watches. But I want to be able to share those things with you, but I want to be accessible, meaning if you leave me a comment, I'm responding. Don't be a troll. As long as you're not a troll, I'm responding. Even if you have a critical thing to say or a constructive thing, if you don't agree with me, that's cool. I will still treat you with respect and I'll respond to your comment as long as it's not rude. Same thing with Instagram, Facebook, you know, emails, DMs, and everything else. Now, there's some influencers who feel like they're too busy, and there's some, in my opinion, and I don't support these people anymore, who think they're too good to respond to people's messages and comments. After watching this guy who literally gets like 2,000 comments per video, He has millions of subscribers on YouTube. After watching him say that he makes an effort to respond to many people, luxury YouTubers really don't have an excuse for not responding to people's comments. So I've changed my feelings about it. Before I used to be like, okay, it's not a big deal. But now, no wait, I used to be like, it's a big deal. Then I'd be like, it's not a big deal. But now I'm back to saying it's a big deal. If you're watching this and you're a creator, whether you have less followers than me or you have more followers than me, you need to be responding to people's comments. It is what it is. Luxury YouTubers, luxury influencers have to respond to comments on every platform. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you need to respond. Another thing that I feel differently about when it pertains to the whole luxury YouTubers responding is hearts. I used to think it was okay to just for when YouTubers drop a heart instead of responding. Now, honestly, I really think that if you're watching this, you're a creator, regardless of how many followers you have, I think you really should be responding or responding to the comment. You don't have to leave a heart. But a heart, the whole point of the heart was to help people get an acknowledgement without getting a response. But honestly, for luxury YouTube is not that big compared to, say, other lifestyle verticals on YouTube. I don't think there's anything wrong with just responding to someone's comment so that they can see that you have responded to it. This is not stuff that matters in the broad scheme of luxury, but I thought it was interesting because these are things that I have discussed with a bunch of you guys. We have discussed it as well. Some of you have told me like, wow, it's weird that you respond to everyone's comment. I mean, to me, it's not really a big deal. It doesn't take a long time every day to spend like maybe 45 minutes a day just responding to everyone's comments. I don't really think it's a big deal because I don't get, I do get quite a bit. I wouldn't say I don't get thousands of comments a day, but I definitely do get a lot of comments and DMs and PMs and things like that, and I can respond to all of them. So I don't really see what's wrong with other people. I don't want you being like, okay, well, other people have massive lifestyle, channels or have huge channels, they can't respond to every single comment, when someone with like 2 million subscribers on YouTube is literally every single day he said he was responding. And I've seen on his page, when you watch the property tours, he really does respond and he leaves a heart. So I think it's important to acknowledge people who basically are watching your videos. Some luxury YouTubers and some luxury influencers think they're too good to respond to people's comments. They think they're a bit too good. I hope I've never given that impression, because that is not what I'm about. I really don't watch people's channels anymore right now who don't respond to people's comments or whatever. So I hope if you don't respond to people's comments, I hope you don't feel attacked, but it's just not something that I do. So just before I finish, I wanted to do just a quick Q&A. I told you guys ask me questions on the sticker on Instagram, and you did. There was some interesting ones. So my sticker said, like, I'm doing luxury hot topics, talk to me and I'll react. Chrissy said, luxury boutique robbery. Okay, these are happening a lot, and these are happening a lot because I think people are really desperate for money. I do think that there is like some sort of illicit trade pertaining to luxury goods, which is obviously connected to the criminal underworld, so we don't want to talk about that too much, but it is really scary. Particularly Louis Vuitton, honey. Like Louis Vuitton, there are tons of smash and grabs that go on. All of the major luxury boutiques have gone through them, so it does make you wonder. The next one is from Holly. Holly says, obeying Lux house rules. Listen, I want to follow the luxury house rules. If a luxury brand tells me, look, you can't do that, I will be listening to them. I will be following what they say. I think it's just easier that way. If I was told in Hermes, please don't take a picture or anything, I would have stopped. No one told me not to, but I'm not gonna chance it for next time. I won't be filming any vlogs next time. Hannah says, why are some YouTubers allowed to film in stores and not others? I think a lot of that is dependent on the location and also dependent on how much they spend in the boutique. I have noticed a lot of luxury YouTubers that do film a lot are like VIPs in their local store, particularly when it pertains to Chanel and Hermes. Hermes is also weird about you filming, but I get the impression that if the person is a big spender, they don't mind as long as like the essay's face is not in the video. So it's definitely about if the YouTuber is a local VIP slash big spender or not. And a lot of luxury YouTubers are VIPs and big spenders. So yeah, I think that is it. My cousin answered my sticker. She's like, tell us about your dream bag. Oh, my dream bag. You know, you all know my dream bag. It's the Louis Vuitton Dauphine in the reverse monogram canvas. The Dauphine has a lot of daughters at Louis Vuitton, honey. Find me a canvas bag that looks better than that bag. And no, not the Neverfull, because the Neverfull is a struggle, honey. And then Coco Kitty CC says, post-pandemic luxury bag fatigue, getting tired of it. Yeah, me too, honestly. I'm tired. Right now, I'm also looking at different things: watches, fine jewelry, cars, luxury property. That's kind of where my mood is right now. Luxury travel. I'm spending a lot of time on Pinterest. Who's on Pinterest? What's your Pinterest? I'm Haya Glamazon on Pinterest. Go follow me there. Say hello. I'll follow you back. I'm really loving Pinterest right now for like watches, cars, hotels, travel, property, like the luxury versions of all of that. I'm really getting tired of bags and the shenanigans and drama around bags at the moment. It's a bit much. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm really loving watches and fine jewelry right now, and luxury hotels and luxury property. I'm really obsessed with luxury property. That's really, actually, to be honest, that's most of the luxury that I'm consuming in terms of watching other YouTubers. I watch unboxings and hauls, and then I watch property tours, like luxury property tours. I'm really inspired by that. I think after we moved in here, I've been so inspired by that. I have some property things that I will tell you about with my Everyday in May series. So I'll be showing you, I think, more of Tanzania in that series as well, because I have so many days to film different types of content. It'll still be luxury related, but you'll see different things. So yeah, I know what you mean by luxury bag fatigue. I am tired of the drama of the games, the shenanigans, that there's so much drama going on. I'm tired, okay? And when I mean drama, I even mean like Hermes, the games that are going on. I think if you guys know, like they opened a boutique in Austin in Texas in the US, and it was an absolute fiasco. It was a disaster. I heard from a bunch of you guys who were there, and it was just a nightmare. I'm tired. I'm also exhausted as well, so I'm looking for some palette cleansers because I can't with bags and their games. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I hope that you guys like this format. Do you like this format of Luxury Hot Topics? What do you think of the length of this video? Thoughts? I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on all of my socials so I don't have to keep vlogging and plugging them in this video, and go join the Facebook group. It's linked below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next video.